that's exactly what it is if they don't get their money back.
The reason I brought that up because I figured if there was a couple of them out there that I heard from, there's probably many more. So.
No, I hope not.
Well, I hope not either, but...
I've only had one.
And I had a couple, so...
So that's 3. We get over 100 people out of there.
Well, I'm sure there's more. And you know what, Bob? The question that was said to me was, I don't want to put my money into gold.
They're morons.
And it's just like...
They're absolute morons, and they deserve to lose their money.
But
not only will they not go in gold, they won't listen to someone who's a 50-year expert.
But also, Bob, it's like they don't understand why gold cannot be their only avenue. And it's...
Look, it's okay. Lose your money. What do we care?
And people are so apt to believe double-digit returns always. There is no such thing.
Oh, Madoff had them.
Yeah, well, yeah. My point exactly.
Well, maybe Pat
how
Kiley is related to Madoff. I don't know.
How could anybody believe in these people that they interviewed at Madoff, that they interviewed, they're sitting really pretty in these really nice homes, swimming pools, retired, and, sitting back and, having a smoke and a drink, And it's just like, how could they not have thought that there was something wrong? I mean, that's just not normal. It's not reality. It doesn't
And I told him there was something wrong. On top of it, a fool and his money is soon parted. And there's a sucker born every minute. P.T. Barnum was right. And you got 2 of them, and I talked to one of them.
Well, I'm not referring to those. I'm referring to a lot of people who fall into these promises of double-digit returns. And, forget the return, folks. It's about keeping what you have. That's what's important. And
you sure about that?
I'm 100% sure about that.
It's interesting you say that, and you're absolutely right. But, the pension and profit-sharing plans have been for a long time telling people that they are able, because of their investment acumen, to provide returns of 8.5% to 11% annually. Now, 2 groups that did that were CalPERS and California Employees, Teachers Credit Union, whatever it's called. There's 2 of them. Two of the 15 biggest in the world, if not higher up than that. And the first 6 months of the year, they lost anywhere between 30 and 40% of their money. Now, I don't call that very prudent. And anybody that tells me that they can return year after year after year, even 8.5% or 9%, I'm going to look at that very, very cautiously. The long-term return ranges between 7 and 7.5%. And a good part of that is because bonds historically would yield 4.5%, 5%, 5.5%, 6%. And so it was easy to make that kind of return, 7 to 7.5%. You get beyond that, you're going to take risks. And these people are dealing with hundreds of billions of dollars. And the stock market and the bond market, I think, are going back down again. And these retirement plans are going to be back where they were in March. And there's going to be a lot of gnashing of teeth and pain. And you're right. You're right. This business of 11 and 10 and 10.5 and 9.5 to 10% return is undoable.
I just lost my train of thought there. I was just going to add a comment onto that, and I just totally forgot.
Well, it's very
but
common
it was very important
among
too.
aging people.
It was very important. Oh, well, it's Monday. I'm going to blame it on that.
Oh, come
Folks,
on.
I really am pretty smart. I know what I'm doing. But anyway, we'll be right back. And thank you for joining us this afternoon. You're listening to Financial Survival, sponsored by Discount Gold and Silver Trading. Our telephone number is 1-800-375-4188. That's 1-800-375-4188. And if you would like a complimentary issue to the International Forecaster, you can give us a call on that 800 number. And, Bob, give us the information about the International Forecaster, please.
Well, the forecast is about business, finance, economics, social and political issues all over the world. We publish by email on Wednesdays and Saturdays. Usually runs around 35 to 40 pages. And we have a hard copy that goes out twice a month for those who are not on the Internet. If you'd like to get some information on the forecast, you can go to our site. That address is theinternationalforecaster.com. Theinternational, FORECASTER.com. Or you can email if you have a question, Bob, B-O-B, at INTFORECASTER.com, Bob at IntForecaster.com.
800-375-4188 for your complimentary issue to the International Forecaster. And, of course, for all your gold and silver coins, give us a call here at Discount Gold and Silver Trading, 800-375-4188, 800-375-4188. If you have any questions regarding your gold and silver coins and investments, or any questions for the program, you can direct those to our email at discountgoldandsilver@yahoo.com. discountgoldandsilver@yahoo.com. Question here. According to let me start all over again. According to today's Bloomberg report, Japan's opposition party, leading in polls ahead of next month's elections, said the nation should consider shifting its $1 trillion of foreign reserves away from the dollar and buy International Monetary Fund bonds. In the medium to long term, we need to do what we can to avoid the risk of currency losses or economic turbulence that could result if the dollar were to swing, said Nakagawa, the shadow finance minister in the Democratic Party of Japan. And Japan's investors are the biggest foreign holders of treasuries after China.
Well, I wouldn't put too much into it because both parties are controlled by the U.S. government, namely the CIA, and have been since the Second World War. And they do all the funding and all of that sort of thing. They control ICASO, which is the mafia and everything else. I think it's campaign talk more than anything else, and an attention gainer. I don't see that happening because of the relationship that Japan has had since the Second World War. Japan, during the war, stole everything that wasn't nailed down in Asia that was worth anything. And at the end of the war, the deal was, as put to them by the U.S., we'll take half, you take half, and we run Japan. You do what we tell you to do. And that was the deal that was cut. Otherwise, they were going to hang them all. And the only guy they hung was Tojo, who was the war minister. And the royal family was left alone, et cetera, et cetera. And they were able to revive their economy and got special treatment from the United States government, allowing them unlimited exports into the United States, many other things. So I don't think that's going to happen. It sounds good, and it would be the prudent thing to do, but I don't think it's going to happen.
When they had the G8 meeting, they had that Italy had that little coin generated, a little gold coin for international trade. A little bit of a hint there, or?
Well, that was something that was made up privately, and it was given as a souvenir of the meeting, and has no official place, and so I discount that as well.
This is in from Walter. What is your take on the 20,000 contracts call option at a strike of $96 opened on Friday and approximately 0.90 contract? This entity needs that ETF fund to rise to $96.90 by July 21st. Do you think this guy knows something, or is this just a dumb bet?
They probably know something. They probably know something. I don't know how many dollars are involved in that, but